Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Gloria, aka Laboom Like, and today I have a lovely little pattern haul for y'all. Okay, so before we get started, I will obviously show you what I'm wearing today. I am wearing a couple of me-mades. I have a lovely rib knit crop top on my top. It was not a pattern, it was rubbed off from a crop top that I had that was ready to wear that I really, really love. So I made a couple of copies, including this one in this bright red orange that I really love. And then on the bottom, I have a wrap skirt that I actually made from an Ikea curtain panel. It was a really simple make. I had a couple of interesting pitfalls as I was trying to make the curves and make the darts so that it would fit the way that I wanted it to, but it turned out pretty good and I really, really love it. I have more of that skirt panel, so I will probably be making a matching top for this or something in the future that I will show you guys. Or more of that curtain panel, that's what I meant. Um, and then, so yeah, those are the two pieces. I think it's a really comfy for the summer. It's getting really warm here where I'm at right now, so it's really lovely to have just a cotton wrap on the bottom and a simple crop on top and feel like I'm still looking kind of nice while I'm casual and not getting too hot if I'm out. So let's get into it. I have a few Burda patterns. I really like Burda out of the big four or like big four adjacent because they tend to have, I would say they tend to have more unique style lines, some more interesting patterns in their releases. They don't release as often as the other big four, and I understand that that's one of the reasons that they're able to have some more interesting patterns. Obviously, they have their magazines, and sometimes they take patterns from the magazine and bring them into the envelopes, but the big four patterns are releasing items, sometimes 20, 30, 40 items per season, um, and then across several different brand marks. So I understand that they're going to recycle some things and they're going to recycle a little bit quicker than Burda might be recycling their items. I don't get the magazines, so people might feel a little bit differently if they're strictly a Burda magazine sewist, but I tend to like their envelope patterns. And when the envelopes go on sale, I go through my wish list and I make sure that I at least grab a couple because there's always going to be a design element that I really want to try or something new that I want to do. So to start off, I have Burda 6316. I really hate the way the model is posing on the front of this. I think it's bad for several reasons, but I'm here for the pants. These pants are some extreme drop waist, taper at the leg, and they have easy either shearing at the waist or drawstring at the waist, which I really, really like. Um, I just think these are going to be really good for summer. I've been looking for something like this and I've been looking for a pattern because I'm more comfortable when I try a new design. I'm a lot more comfortable going from a pattern than trying to go from my measurements and creating my pattern myself. I'm not great at drafting, but I can follow directions really well, and this helps me learn as I start making my own patterns or adjusting things. So I'm really excited for this to become a little bit of a summer staple. I think it'll be good for me casually. I think it'll be great for me in the dance studio. I think it'll be good for a number of different reasons. So that's Burda 6316. Next up, I have a Burda dress that I got simply for the bodice. It's a simple bodice, but like I said, I like to go from a pattern and instructions and then make my own adjustments. So I got this for the bodice, and this is Burda 6205. And it is slightly shaped, and I want to use the top of this dress to recreate a Free People dress that I saw out recently with a friend. It's a beautiful dress that has the same shaped bust line, and at the bottom has a mini skirt with gourd areas with the godets in them. So I have a simplicity skirt pattern that I am going to hack onto the bottom of this to create kind of that hybrid. And then probably because I just have to do all of the pattern hacking, I want to make it backless or have an open back on this. Um, so I'll play around with that and see what I can do. I don't care about the sleeves on this. I don't care about the bottom of this skirt. I really am here for the top, and that's what I'm going to work with. Okay. Next up is Burda 7136. And this pattern I got because it's been on my wish list for, I want to say almost a year, maybe 2 years. It's been on my wish list. And I've been wanting to just step up my game. You guys know I'm trying to make that leap from advanced beginner to intermediate sewist. And one of those things that I want to get more comfortable with is creating shirts and more tailored items. I want to be able to master buttons, and I can't really create shirts until I do that. So I got this pattern to help me with a few different styles. I really love that there is a covered button band in one of these views. I think it's view C. And I want to learn how to make a lovely covered button band. I think it's a really sleek look. And view C in particular also has that tuxedo bib in the middle of it that I really, really love. I think I could pair these with some really beautiful pants to make a kind of dandy Janelle Monáe style outfit. That'll be really nice, especially if I make it in some colorful items. So Janelle Monáe meets Congo dandies. That's what I want to do for this. But then also all of the shirts have some really beautiful shaping in them. I have a large bust. I don't really have a nipped in waist. My waist kind of goes straight up and down most of the time, but because of my larger bust and my larger hips, I kind of have this hourglass, and I want to take advantage of that in a design like this. I already have some boxy shirts that I can make up a little bit later, but this has some lovely fisheye darts in the back as well as some bust darts in the front that I'll be able to work with. So Burda 7136. So those are all my Burdas. And then I have one Vogue pattern that I really love. I think I saw it on an episode of Great British Sewing Bee like 2-3 years ago. And I just thought it was such an interesting silhouette. And so I decided to pick it up. This is Vogue 1239. And in my head and on my wish list, I'm calling it the swan dress. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe it's the color. I think it's the way that the neckline kind of curves up like that I think swan. And maybe the way that it wraps across, I'm thinking of just like ever so slightly inspired by that Bjork dress. But I just really love it. I love the shaping in the arms. I love the way that it wraps. Some really interesting pockets, and the seam details are gorgeous. But you'll see it. I don't know when I'm gonna make this. I don't have plans to do it very soon, but since it's been in my wish list so long and every time I keep coming back to it, I just know I love it and I want to make it. I think if I can pair the right fabric with this, I will really get a piece that I enjoy making and that I enjoy having in my wardrobe. And that's what I want. I just want patterns that I maybe won't get to all of them super quickly, but I'm going to enjoy and appreciate all of my patterns. And I want all the pieces that I make to, at least if I don't love the piece in the end, I want to have learned how to do something. And I think the seam lines in this are going to be really, really interesting, going to help me step up my technical sewing skills. So yeah. Those are the 4 patterns that I bought, and this is my usual size of a pattern haul. I know on here somewhere I have over 40 patterns that I got in a vintage lot. I don't usually do that sort of a thing. I'm usually buying probably this amount, and I'm actually trying to cut down a little bit since I do have a good size pattern collection now. I don't want to buy patterns just to buy them. I'm looking, especially when I buy commercial patterns, I'm looking for design details that I love, very unique silhouettes, and I'm looking for pieces that I keep coming back to over and over and over. like a wrap skirt that I had in one of my recent hauls. It's something that could be simple to calculate. It might not be too hard to do a full circle wrap skirt, but I haven't gotten to it in all the time that I've wanted to create it. So let me just get the pattern. It's worth the $2 to $6 for me to get it, be able to study, and be able to step up my skills, and then move on from there. So that's me with commercial patterns. When I buy indie patterns, I think I'm a little bit more open to seeing different styles or not different styles. I'm a little bit more open to seeing slightly redundant styles as long as there are certain elements in the piece that I really enjoy. If I really like a certain kind of pocket placement, if I really like the sizing, if there's an indie pattern company and I think their sizing might be a little bit closer to my proportions, I'm going to try out their simple A-line dress, even if I have 3 A-line dress patterns. If I want to support that pattern company and I think their sizing is going to work for my body, I would pay the money to not have to make pattern adjustments. It is not my forte. So that's where I'm at right now. Thank you for watching this pattern haul. Hopefully you'll see a few of these coming up on my channel. I do think that the earliest one that I'll get to are these pants because I can be wearing them this summer. They're the easiest of the patterns that I have picked up here. And I'm just in desperate need of things to wear during these hot months here. But if I make up the rest of them, I'll obviously be back on here and showing them off for you guys and letting you know what I thought of the pattern as well. I'll see you next time, hopefully. Thank you for stopping by my channel. Peace.